NJCAA Lacrosse is back. 2 top 5 programs not messing around. Howard Community College, Nassau Community College, opening 2018 with a highly anticipated non-conference showdown. Howard's ranked number 2 in the preseason poll. Coach Faust's Dragons returned 12 players from last year's team, who led the program to its best finish to date. Nassau, the 11-time defending Region 15 champion, enters 2018 ranked 4th in the preseason poll. The Lions roster features 19 sophomores. The last 2 games in the Howard-Nassau series have been decided by 1 goal. Howard won on Long Island in last year's meeting. Nassau scored an overtime win in Columbia back in 2016. First quarter, D3 Lynchburg transfer Will Smith going hard in the paint. Goal number 1 for the Dragon captain. Smith goes back to work behind the goal. Howard snaps Nassau's head back. 2-0 lead for the defending Region 20 champion. Lions just ran out a Howard missed shot, and the Dragons are hit with a 1-minute penalty on the ride. Ensuing extra man. Nassau takes advantage. Assisted goal for the Lions' man-up offense. Howard riding aggressively, but there's another penalty. 4 first-half flags against the Dragons. Lions didn't score on every extra man, but the unforced errors helped Nassau find its legs and settle in. Evan Killen goes left and finds a home for his bounce shot. Nassau responds. 2 minutes till the half, tied at 3. Eddie Munoz. Open, gives Nassau its first lead of the contest. Nassau won the faceoff. Lions offense gets the better of Howard's defense once again. Nassau nets 3 unanswered to take control. Second half man-up chance for Howard. Martin connects with first-team All-American Ian Decker, and he buries it with his left. Nassau's extra man offense back on the field. Another good look in the middle, but D3 Stevenson transferred TJ Ellis, makes the save and controls the rebound. Decker working from behind. Billy Kelly with the save, but Smith nabs the rebound and ties the game. Dragons respond with a statement of their own. Final seconds of the third quarter, Chris Reinhardt off the restart. Feeds Austin Norton on the crease. Billy Kelly makes the play and denies Norton at the moment of truth. 24 save day for the sophomore goalie. "13 minutes remaining in the fourth. Decker draws the slide. Alley-oop to Will Smith. Changes planes and Howard reclaims the lead. Decker and 27 in blue Brian Schaefer mix it up once again. Decker takes 3 hits trying to increase his angle. Important moment in the story of this game. Jake Pike riding. Hits Kelly, draws the flag. 1-minute illegal body check penalty. Ensuing extra man. Chang's shot is saved. Jack Mullen jumps on the loose ball and punches it in. And the Dragons are hit with another penalty. Dragon captains Will Smith and Ian Decker. Week 1 chemistry. They catch the Lions ball watching. Dragons back in front. Next face-off, Johnson wins it. Nassau thriving in the unsettled situation. Tremendous assist, and Mullen able to execute on the doorstep. 6 minutes remaining. Lions back on offense, and they counter with 2 unanswered fourth quarter goals to take the lead. After a Howard face-off violation, Nassau has the home team on the ropes. With 5:14 to play, Nassau is in the driver's seat. Three minutes now. The Dragons go to Smith on the crease. Can't connect. Biggest ground ball of the game. And Blue comes up with it. Dragons get the ball back. Decker finds Jake Polinsky, denied by Billy Kelly. After each team received a 1-minute penalty, we're 5-on-5 with 5 seconds to go. Martin scores! Keeps hope alive. But time would run out on the Dragons. Nassau comes down to Columbia, Maryland, and gets a big non-conference win. 9-8 Nassau is your final. Jesse, tough loss today against Nassau. What are your thoughts following this one-goal contest?
Well, today we kind of fought together. I mean, we up and down the field, we were running the whole time. Never really playing selfish. I mean, there was some chippy calls, there was some chippy plays on our part, but overall I think we played well together. And, it's a tough loss, but it's the first game of the season, so there's much more to come.
Talk about the whole mindset of the team opening up against Nassau. I know Coach was telling us that he thought that would really up the tempo in practice. Do you feel the same way?
Definitely. Our mindset in the beginning of the game was we didn't care who we were playing or where we were playing, what we're playing in, like this rain. We were just going out there playing for each other, and hopefully we come out with a win.
So how do you feel about the camaraderie on the team and how everybody's sticking together? Do you think right now it's where it needs to be?
Definitely. After a tough loss, even I had my head down, a couple of the teammates had their heads down, and just one another coming up to each other and helping each other out, saying everything's okay. First game of the season, you did well. Just staying brothers pretty much, just staying as brothers.
So how bummed are you in the scheme of things dropping this one early in the first game of the season to Nassau?
I would have liked to come out with a win, but I mean, first game of the season, like I said, it's going to be an uphill battle from here, but it's nothing we can't do. We got a great bunch of guys, everyone's skilled, everyone's together, so this was definitely hurtful, but I mean, we'll be back, definitely.
So what's the overall message surrounding the team and the goals you have for the season, on the field, off the field? What's this team trying to do, Howard, in 2018?
We're definitely trying to take that national championship. Still got a sour taste in our mouth since last year, but we're just going to take it game by game, day by day, and hopefully we'll stay together as a team and come out with a win.
Say you see Nassau at Nationals down the road. What's something you learned today that'll help you in a possible rematch?
Just to try and stay out of the box. We had a bunch of calls on us. We had a couple turnovers on offense, but if we just stay out of the box, I feel like we can definitely get it done.
What do you think, in your opinion, is what's the key to staying out of the box and staying composed in these big games where the intensity is definitely at a high?
Just to keep a cool head. There was some times where people were talking back to each other, talking to the refs, throwing their hands up, but just keeping that mindset on it's just a game. We're here to win, we're here to play, not to hurt one another. That'll keep us out of the box, just to play together.
Will, tough loss today. What are your thoughts following this one-goal loss to Nassau?
Definitely a tough loss. I was just preaching at the end of the game. We just got to get back to work, back to the drawing board. Just got to get back together on Monday and just get after it.
How anxious are you to get back after it in your next game and just put this one behind you?
Very anxious. It's hard to take a loss like this today, especially a one-goal loss to Nassau after we beat them last year, but definitely excited to get after it this week and on to the next game.
It seemed like after you scored your 2 goals, the offense was struggling against Nassau's defense. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel like we kind of jumped into like a rut almost, and we kind of tried to do the same thing over and over again when we could have switched it up and gave them some different looks.
In an emotional game like this, we asked the same question to Jesse, but what's the key to limiting these penalties, even though it's not all in your control, but just limiting the penalties and doing what's best for Howard in the big picture?
You just got to keep your mind, just stay focused on the goal, and that's winning the game and playing 60 minutes. And you just got to focus and just make the right play and not the play that's going to get you the ball.
Can you tell us a little about your journey, how you landed here at Howard? I know you redshirted last year, but how'd you end up here?
It was a long journey. I met a kid last year, Matt Granger, who played on the team 2 years ago. I was playing summer league with him, and he noticed I wasn't going back to Lynchburg, and he was like, hey, you should come out and talk to Coach Faust. The next day, Coach Faust called me, and it was history from there.
What was that call, without giving away anything too personal? Like, what sold you with Coach Faust?
He was just such a people person to me. He sticks your neck out for you. He'll do anything for you, and I really liked that and respected that as a coach and as a player, and wanted to come here and produce for him.
So I hear the what's being preached to you, the whole team, is just one day at a time, look at the next opponent. How do you manage with that?
Just try to put one foot in front of the other and just accomplish what we can that day. You can't jump too far ahead, can't focus on anything that's too far ahead of us. We just got to focus on what's right in front of us, the present.
So what, in your mind, you had a big day with at least 4 goals. I don't know the exact number, sorry, but you had a big day. What are you looking to improve on, though, as this season progresses? Anything in specific?
I'm looking to distribute the ball a little bit more. There were definitely openings I missed today that I could have had a few more points. Definitely gave us the lead, and maybe the game could have turned out differently. So just watching film, getting back to it.
What's one thing that you learned today about Nassau that may help you should you see them again?
They are very athletic, very well coached, and they love to talk. Not just like to chirp at us, but they talk between each other and are very vocal between each other, so they know where they're going and what they're doing.